All right, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It is the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking. The man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in all of YouTube entertainment today. And today I'm here to bring you my top 10 movies of 2025. Now, I put not horror because I'm going to have a separate horror movie ranking because between horror movies and just regular movies like dramas, comedies, things like that, it was too big to put onto one list. And I feel like if I put all horror movies in this list, it would just be a horror top 10. So I'm going to do my horror movies and then my best television shows of this year, ending out 2025. And even doing some reviews for some movies I did not get a chance to do. So this should be a very interesting list. I don't know how my list compares with everybody else's list, so it'll be fun to see exactly what other people put on their list and all of that fun shenanigans. So today I am going to be going over a ton of different things that I had. This was my original list, which was like I had like 20 or 30 movies for this year that I had to sift through to find the 10 best movies of this year that I really enjoyed. And some movies you might not have heard of, some you have heard of. There is others that just don't get any shout outs. And really quick, before I get started with my list, I'm going to do something this year I haven't done because I watched this movie literally today in the morning before I made my list last night. So it didn't make my list, but it would have. I just didn't have a place to put it. So I want to give a shout out to Apple TV, man. They have some great movies. If you don't have Apple TV, I honestly am leaning towards you should. If you watch my top 10 shows of this year, spoilers, I'm going to have a few Apple television shows that are going to be on this list because Apple TV has just made some crazy, stupid stuff. I'm sure you've heard of Severance, which is an Apple show. That was very good. It just started gaining popularity, and there's been a couple of other things that Apple has produced or come out with that have just been awesome. Also, before I get started with my list, I will be doing a lot more videos next year. I kind of had to scale things back because I have been writing and I'm finishing up my book. As of a couple of days ago, I put the final touches on it. So I'm also going to be doing next year some promoting for my new book that I have been working on. And I'll show you guys some stuff here on the channel. And as I get closer to actually publishing it, because just getting it done isn't the first step. The first step is sending it in, and I got to do edits and rewrites and things like that. But I will uh, do a small excerpt from the introduction and maybe the first chapter. So that's coming up. And yeah, so top 10 has been really rough. Now, in Hollywood, the big movies that I had been anticipating had disappointed me. Nothing really from Marvel got my interest. Really nothing from DC. It's been a weird year for me as far as movies go. So I'm going to do these top 10 movies, but I'm also going to do a short little review on them because some of the movies I did not have a chance to review on my channel, obviously, because I've been off doing other things. So I will say the movie, do a little bit of an introduction to it, let you guys know what I think about it, and then where it ranks on this list. At the end, I'll go over all of the movies that I have. And yeah, it should be fun. Normally, I show clips with my movies. Today, I will not be doing any clips because every time I put in a clip or anything about a movie, it seems to get copywritten because YouTube's algorithm sucks big balls, and they've been just claiming videos. Or even for my channel, I wouldn't worry because I don't get monetized off of this, but unfortunately they have been blocking my videos, like regionally blocking it, which means that even though I'm allowed to have the clip on my channel, they will still block certain regions from being able to view the video at all. just because the clip is in the video. It's really stupid. I hate it, and YouTube needs to change their policy. So let me start with the big one, my number 10 movie of this year. The movie, like, look, if a movie's down here lower, it's not like my worst movies list. This is a bad movie. It's just really hard. There were a lot of great movies. And just picking 10 and then putting them in order is tough. But I'd recommend everything on this list. So my number 10 is going to be the movie Warfare. Now, I don't know how many people have heard of this movie. I know it had a bit of buzz, but I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it. Warfare is a very gritty war movie, and it kind of reminded me of the tension and the kind of frantic feel of the Hurt Locker or things like that. But it was a lot to do with sound, and I can't really describe it because I saw this movie in the theaters. But this movie is based on upcoming war, recent war. They're really non-specific, but you could pretty much place it in anything. And it is just a horrific look at these soldiers trying to complete this mission. And I think what really put this movie in my list is the fact that this movie is so realistic with its sound effects. When I was in the theater, it was like you were in the battlefield. And I'm not talking about obnoxious sounds like Five Nights at Freddy's and things like that, where it's a loud noise just to get people to jump. This is like gunfire, bombs going off, people screaming. And the way the soundscape is for the movie, it really puts you into the feel that these soldiers have as they're going through and trying to clear houses and things like that. And I think part of it was because I was in the service. A really big thing with war movies that's important is their sound. If you don't have a good sound, then you really lose the feel that you're supposed to get for your audience. And Warfare is just amazing. The cinematography is great. A lot of the shots feel frantic. Some of the camera movements are almost like you're running in the streets with these soldiers. It's really fucking gritty and grounded and crazy. So, speaking of spirit and co-host,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. So, Mr. PB, first off, hello, Papa Bear. How are you? That's gonna be my new name for you.
Okay, well, that means that you sound like Fanta.
And we also got your special guest, Dog. Hello, Dog.
Hello, dog.
Are they gonna judge the movies too? He's looking at me like, I don't know about this one. I already disagree with the number 10.
He's judgmental as hell.
So, PB, I was just saying, this was my original list. As you could see, there's like 20 movies. I did when
You
I
had
finally,
like you had a top 20.
yeah. And then when I went over it, I go, you know what? 2025 did have good movies. And hopefully these fine folks will watch this and go, oh, I didn't know about that movie. So this is the first time I gave an honorable mention. And it was a shout out to Apple TV because they don't get a movie release. And I said, the movie, The Bus Driver, if you guys have not seen this with Matthew McConaughey, it's based on a real story in 2018, the Pasadena fires, when a lone bus driver picked up 23 kids and drove them through a fucking wildfire. True story, crazy as shit. I
Oh,
watched it
you.
this morning.
So this is a true story based on when Gavin Newsom let California get destroyed by fire.
Yeah, and one bus driver saved 23 kids and his baby daughter too. The fucker drove into the fire with the bus. It's nuts. Anyways, my number 10 was Warfare. Have you seen Warfare?
Never even heard of it.
See, this is why I make this list. So, Warfare is basically an unspecified war, but I was saying what makes this movie big is unlike other war movies, the sound. And I don't know if this only works for the theater, but I could tell you, as someone who was in the service, I felt like I was back in it. Like, you could hear, there's a scene where this dude throws a grenade, right? But you hear it bounce before it explodes. It goes like dunk, 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 rolls, and it's like they turn the fucking sound up in the whole movie. So it's not like loud noises, it's like the little things. And it just gets you like you hear a gunshot, it goes into someone, you hear the sound of it going into the person or bouncing off their chest because they got a bulletproof vest. It's one of those movies where the sound specifically makes the movie really engaging.
I mean, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, you want to feel like you're in a movie.
Well, I mean, anytime that they can make you feel like you're there instead of just watching, I mean, that's part of the reason why I like 3D movies so much.
Oh yeah, a good 3D movie. Fuck Avatar, and everybody who's asking, I should tell you
Whoa,
right
whoa,
now.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Avatar has excellent 3D. I have not seen the one that just came out or the second one. I only
Me
ever
neither.
watched the first.
Okay, so uh, number 9. This was a surprising one for me, and I gave this a glowing review on my channel. Um, Comedy has been dead for years. There has been very few good comedy movies. And you asked me about Happy Gilmore, and I would say my answer to you, that's a better movie, hands down, and actually made my list this year, is The Naked Gun. Slapstick comedy.
Oh,
I knew you'd love that one.
Naked.
Slap
I did watch that one. It was freaking spectacular. I mean, how often do you get to see Qui-Gon Jinn in a skirt?
Slapstick comedy is dead, okay? The fact that we
Mm.
had this miracle, and we had, could you think of anybody who could play Leslie Nielsen's role better than, or that's the name, or Leslie
Yeah.
Nielsen? Yeah, okay, good. Because
You're
they're so
talking about
close
the
even in their
original?
name. Liam Neeson, like, there's got to be some kind of connection.
I
He
mean, not
is,
to mention the fact that when you do look at them in the movie, and obviously, spoiler alert, he's supposed to be Liam Neeson's son.
yeah, or Liam Neeson is his son.
Right, Liam Neeson is Leslie Nielsen's son. So they're kind of the same character, but also not the same character
Same
because
character,
it's
yep.
supposed to be his kid. But if you just look at the two actors, you're like, yeah, they're related.
This is one of those movies, and what makes me upset about this movie is that it didn't do as well in the box office as it should have. And I felt like a lot of shitty movies more people went to see, and these great gems no one's seeing. So it's like,
Hey,
hey, Jane Creek, how
hey,
are you?
Jane,
It's
I,
like,
I would agree with you. And my supplemental point is me personally, I couldn't tell you the last time I went to see a comedy in the theater because it doesn't grab you the same way as what was that first movie you did, number 10?
Warfare.
Warf, exactly. The action, you want to be there, you want to feel a rumble in your seat, you want to feel like the grenade is rolled under your chair, right?
Yep.
Like you don't have that same draw on a comedy movie.
And that's what makes this so special to me. So, folks, if you haven't seen it, check out The Naked Gun. There's very like, and the other thing too. I don't know if you had this moment, but there's very few movies, and I had a decent theater where people are laughing and you're laughing with them, and it's just got that energy. And I felt like this is like the last movie I saw like this was 21 Jump Street in the theater. Like, it's one of those movies where it's a comedy that gets everybody to laugh, and it's very special. And I didn't think a comedy would make it on my list because there just hasn't been any funny ones, at least to me. Everybody fucking loved Happy Gilmore too. Spoiler,
Well,
it's on my
hold on,
top 10
hold on.
worst.
Like, I don't know if I would say everyone loved Happy Gilmore, but people seem to fall into two categories: people that think it's fucking dreadful, and the people who think those people are wrong. Like, there's a lot of space between being a terrible movie and being, I don't know, what's the greatest comedy of all time? Vacation.
uh, yeah, I would have to say that because even Bitchy likes that.
I mean, pretty much any of the vacation movies you can put right at the top. Did we ever do a comedy tier list?
Oh, we need to. We need to get Chris. I think Chris and Proper would like that.
That would be. I mean, the real question is like, at what point do you cut it off? Like, what movies are you going to put on this list? What are you not going to put on this list?
Yeah,
But no, freaking that Naked Gun reboot. Naked Gun definitely deserves to be in the top 10.
well, I couldn't agree more, and I'll tell you, it was one of those ones where I was
Okay,
like, oh man,
similar to I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to. Similar to Happy Gilmore when they had the ongoing flask gag, which you said you didn't like. I said I did like it. I think we can both agree that the ongoing coffee gag in The Naked Gun is fucking hilarious.
And that's what I mean. See,
Especially my favorite one is when they're driving down the road and you see the random arm reach in.
dude, that's what. See, but that's what I mean, and see why that works for me. Where Happy Gilmore didn't was because Gilmore lost me at the beginning of the movie, where the Naked
Yeah,
Gun hooked me.
if you're already upset about it, you're like, they're fucking doing this again. Like, can we move on to something that's going to be funnier?
Exactly. So, but like I said, comedy is subjective. But if you haven't seen it, I think it's worth a watch. So far we've been pretty. You've been vibing with my list, unlike most years. So this is gonna be a barn burner.
I mean, I don't know how much I would like the first movie that you listed, but the way that you've described it, I feel like I need to give it a chance.
Oh yeah, we could maybe even do a watch along. So number 8, and I don't know if you've seen this. I feel like very many people haven't, but they've heard the name Novocaine. Uh,
Oh,
yes, people. I don't know what it got released in a really shitty time when you had Companion and Hard Eyes, so it was in a weird spot where it
oh,
there were
did I?
two.
Now I can't remember if I seen Hard Eyes. I think that I did. I 100% seen Novocaine. I probably watched it either the day or the day after it came out on Prime.
Yeah, and then I brought it. I loved it so because I was like, they need money. This movie, folks, this is like you go into this thinking it's John Wick with Huey from The Boys, but it is not. It is just a normal ass dude who can't feel anything trying to fight these like
Right,
trained.
which I mean, what a great theory because I've seen other movies and episodes of TV shows where they're using the well, this person can't feel pain, blah blah blah. You know, here's our little thing. We gotta make him essentially the bubble boy because he never knows when he's getting hurt. It's like, yeah, but if you have some hot chick with you who's no longer Prey, right? That's the same chick from
Yeah.
Prey.
Yep.
Then you can eat real food.
It's and the thing is too is that I love how his friend says, you know, you're not Wolverine because he's getting folks, he gets his ass beat. This isn't a story of this guy who all of a sudden just 2 scenes later he's taking on these guys. He very narrowly wins a fight or gets super fucking lucky or takes something that was put inside of him and takes it out of him. And because he can't feel that pain, he's able to turn it around on somebody and kind of take them by surprise because
See,
who.
now I have wondered in the movie, like, obviously it's a brain issue, like whatever the receptor is in his brain doesn't allow him to feel pain. Like, obviously it allows him to feel emotions. Like, he wouldn't be hunting down this chick if he didn't have the hots for her.
Yeah, that's
So,
the
like,
interesting.
what what does he feel?
Okay, so I looked it up because I was curious if it was a real condition,
It is
and it is a real condition. And according to what I looked up, it's neurologic. It's neurological, as in just pain receptors. It's not like our emotions are not.
separate area.
Yeah, a separate area. So you could be emotionless and still feel the pain physically, or
Now,
you can have pain but still feel emotion. So that's what's so brilliant about Novocaine. And how many
so
John
those two
Wick
are separate.
ripoffs have we seen?
A lot. I mean, you like the movie Nobody, right?
Yep,
And
love
then
it.
what's the one with the Asian guy from the TVA?
Oh, Love Hurts.
Yeah.
Which I got to say that we'll talk about that. I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
people
not on
seem
my
to be
list,
like,
but
"Oh, we want to make a John's Wick style movie, but we want to add some story to it because if like the original John Wick has essentially no story.
yep.
It's we killed his dog, now he's going to murder all of us. That is the story.
And then they built it. This one was interesting too
Right.
because
Everybody else seems to want to add their lore to the first one, be like, oh, we're going to give you, you know, what led up to this point. Like John Wick, you don't get no lead in. They cut to him, the dog gets killed, and you're like, and you're all fucked.
Yep. And the see, and that's the two different film styles too, where some movies no, like John Wick just knew it was badass and they could add the lore later. But the mistake I see a lot of these movies make is there's nothing to them. So you're just like, oh, this is John Wick 2.0. But with this, there's an actual story that
Dude,
I was
I was
interested
just
in.
gonna say, opposite to that, like you're watching the movie, and I was invested in it, right?
Yep.
Because I seen that it's Jack Quaid, and I don't remember the chick's name, and then I
Amanda Thunderfoot, because she's a real Cherokee.
sure, okay. So I watched the trailer, and I was like it reminded me of like if we're talking Prime, like the Beekeeper.
Yep.
Like the
Which is the
Beekeeper
greatest
isn't
movie
high
of all time.
budget, but they definitely have these freaking moments where it's like, did they just blow up that entire building? Like, is that real? Because that had to not been freaking cheap. So
And that's
I'm watching Novocaine, and then fucking twist. Was not expecting a twist. Didn't think there was going to be any kind of twist. Thought the whole thing was going to be straightforward, and then it gets better. Like the twist makes it better. Not every twist makes every movie better. This one fucking landed.
and I'm
I
glad you
don't want
brought
to
that up.
spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, I forgot because we're not doing spoilers here, but I forgot
Trying not to.
there is a twist in this movie, which you're watching this, and like you said, I didn't expect a twist either. I thought it was going to be straightforward because you're thinking it's a John Wick clone, and then you're watching the movie and you're like, oh, this is really different, not what I'm expecting. And then you get the twist and you're like, this is really good. And the shame part is when I looked up the figures, this movie barely made its money back, and I wouldn't mind getting a sequel because
Oh, that'd be
I
great.
mean, you
I
could
mean,
leave
they
it,
made a sequel to Nobody.
yeah, and nobody started off small. It just caught the hype train, like, oh, it's John Wick, but not really. It's Better Call Saul if he killed people.
Right.
uh,
So did I ask you this? Okay, so he can't feel any pain. We obviously that's the established part. Like that's the hook of the movie. Being that he can't feel pain, like what does it take for him to feel adrenaline? Because like the adrenaline gland is different than your pain receptors, but a lot of the time, the adrenaline gland gets kicked in because of your pain receptors.
that is interesting because I know there was a part where he artificially put some in, right? If I remember correctly, wasn't there a scene like that?
Oh, he jabbed himself.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was so. Yeah, these are all
But
questions.
that was more so because I feel like he was on the opposite. Like he's on the cusp of death. Like he had lost so much blood.
Blood, yeah. So
He's
that's
like, I
all
need a little
interesting.
pick me up. Which I don't
And
know.
here's
Like
the
if you're
other
still
this
bleeding, I feel like that would make you bleed out faster. But I don't know.
and see, this is what makes a good movie, folks, because we're sitting here talking about it. So please, this is a criminally underrated action movie. Really, I think this is going to
When
be.
did that it came out in what September or August or something?
Yeah, it was in that very weird period. Whoever, and I blame marketing for this because they had a great movie. Whoever did the release date fucked this movie completely. And some movies that just happens to. You got a lot of great movies that just fucking slip through the cracks because
There's so many.
some there's so many, and some asshole thinks, oh, we'll just release it as the two biggest fucking horror movies. And horror has been killing everything.
I
Like
mean,
everything.
not to mention, I presume I'm not 100% that there are certain things that, regardless of our personal Amazon algorithm, they're going to be put up on the main page, and you can scroll through and see them. I presume that both of us, that was going to guaranteed be on the main page because we watched The Boys and Gen V and pretty much anything that they make like that.
Yeah.
So
So
obviously they were going to be like, "Oh, we'll throw it up here. These people will freaking watch it. You are correct, and I will watch it again."
So, number seven. Now, this is a movie
Lucky number 7.
that I discovered, and it has the most amazing cast: Pedro Pascal, Ben
Oh,
Mendelsohn, a
oh.
fucking basketball player, and it
What
is
what kind of racist bullshit is that? Oh, basketball player. You don't know who he
literally
is.
he's a basketball player that becomes a guru. The movie is called Freaky Tales. This is
Wait, say
a
that again.
Freaky Tales.
Tails. I heard Freaky Hills the first time. I was like,
This is
is that a
a
Sonic
movie
thing?
that gained independent buzz. So it's an anthology story. with three separate stories, with three separate characters that converge at the end of the movie for all of the characters to meet. And they're freaky tales
Ah,
because
you know,
Pedro Pascal plays a robber who's trying to get out of the life. His wife gets shot. He obviously goes on a revenge quest. Ben Mendelsohn plays the guy who puts a hit out on Pedro Pascal's wife. And there's, not to be racist, but this is what they are, three black kids that a race war is about to start. Now, you're probably saying, how does this all connect? Watch the movie. It's so brilliant. Pedro Pascal actually does not play Pedro Pascal in this. He does it. He's a very emotionless man that
do
is a hit.
would you
He,
say there are any other roles where Pedro Pascal does not play Pedro Pascal?
Game of Thrones. Oberyn.
Really?
Yeah, I would say
Hmm.
that's a very different that
So
because
you believe that Pedro Pascal is playing Pedro Pascal in the Fantastic Four? Yes.
oh, without a doubt, yeah,
Okay, I would agree with you.
or Joel, because after the last of it,
I would agree with you. He's playing like the dad-ish figure.
yep,
Okay. What about the unbearable weight, or the massive
the
weight of
unbearable
unbearable?
weight of massive talent.
There we go.
That what I would say he's close to Game of Thrones. That Jovian, like
So in that movie, you would say he's not playing Pedro Pascal either.
scale, yes.
Okay, that's fair.
And
That's
then
fair.
in the movie with the other movie with by Ari Aster with Joaquin Phoenix in it. Fucking forgot the name of it. He's just Pedro
I
Pascal in
I
that.
definitely didn't watch that because I don't remember seeing a movie with those two.
But this movie was an independent film, and why I'm shouting it out is because there's a lot of anthology movies. Just take a look. There's a shit ton of them, but I've never seen a movie that has such random different events and the way they connect it. And when I say the basketball player, you'll know what I mean because they show him literally in the beginning. The basketball,
Is he an actor or is he an actual basketball player?
he's an actual basketball player.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be set in the 70s, so I think he's supposed to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but he's another very famous basketball player
Wait, so
who's playing him.
it's an actual basketball player
Playing
acting like a
as a
different basketball player.
basketball player. Yeah.
Do all three anthologies take place back in the day?
They're all in the 70s and
Okay.
with one set storyline that is interconnected, and you don't know what it is until you get to what they call the wraparound section that connects all three. And I've never seen an anthology series where every part of it just makes sense. You know, you get some stories because they're different stories and they don't make sense in the overall thing. Like
Right.
VHS has that and stuff like that. This is the first one where every story is essential to what the main story is about these freaky tales. And you have someone narrating it going back in 1978. I'm going to
See,
tell you this
I feel
freaky
like the
tale.
only anthology movies that I've ever watched are all horror related.
And this is the first non-horror anthology series I
Because
watched.
the last one that I remember is the one where the first story turns the asshole kid into the scarecrow.
Oh yeah, that's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yes, there we go.
So definitely check out Freaky Tales. It's free. It's on Amazon. It's a great movie. And Pedro Pascal and Ben Mendelsohn are fucking
I mean,
phenomenal. Ben Mendelsohn.
that's a hell of a casting for this. This never came out in theaters, did it?
No, this was it did, but it was an independent film. Very
Well,
low
I was gonna
key.
say, usually, like all of the prime movies, at least recently, seem like they have like one big name or somebody you're gonna recognize. Like all the Jason Statham has like what, three, four of them?
Yeah,
They're prime
that
exclusive,
man works.
but it's Jason Statham and a bunch of people.
Yeah. You don't need to know the other people. You just I hear Jason Statham, I'm there. I don't care he's a beekeeper or working man, I'm there day one. He's every man.
I mean, he became the transporter, and they're like, "We're gonna keep doing this." He's like, "All right."
Okay, so number 6. Now this is one I know you haven't seen, and people who have seen it are gonna kind of be amazed it's at the bottom, but I'm sorry, there's so many other good movies. This movie is with Emma Stone, who is the queen, and Jesse Plummet.
I don't know that name.
You'll know his face. He's got a very I've seen him before face. It's called Begonia. Now,
Never heard of it.
this movie is about a beekeeper. No, Jason Statham's not in it. It's about a beekeeper who kidnaps Emma Stone, who's this rich business exec, kind of mechanical, because he thinks she's an alien. And the whole gist of the movie is trying to figure out if this guy's just a fucking conspiracy nutcase or is she an alien? And the movie does such a great job of you seeing both perspectives. And I will tell you, the movie gives you a definite answer, but I'm not going to tell you what the answer is. I will tell you it is the most intense movie you will watch.
What's it
takes
called?
place. It's called Begonia. This movie takes place in like literally probably 2 locations the whole entire movie, and one flashback that switches locations to the outside of this building. That's the same location.
Oh, it's spelled differently. Begonia.
Yeah, they pronounce it Begonia. It's a French
I'm
word.
sure. I mean, you're not going to pronounce an E differently from a U with all the other letters around. Like, I get that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's by the guy who made he did another famous one with Emma Stone. It's called Pretty Little Creatures or something, or Pretty Little Creature, something like that.
Oh, it's on freaking Peacock?
Yes, but you can watch it on my Amazon because I brought the movie.
Okay.
This movie is amazing because this movie, when we talk about acting, this movie purely relies. There's one action scene. No, 2 action scenes, the kidnapping and something else that happens. But the whole movie is a conversation. And you guys know my favorite director in the world. I got him in the background, Quentin Tarantino. There's very few directors that can make intense dialogue. And in this movie, there's so much tension. And the director just keeps it going. And you're sitting there waiting for one of these two to like lose their mind, because essentially she's tied up to a chair for like 90% of this movie.
Okay, so I obviously looked at the movie and then I seen who Jesse
Plummet, yep.
So then I looked him up and I'm going through the stuff and it's like, oh, what do I know him from? Obviously I know him from a couple things, but the one that sticks out the most is Black Mass.
He gives the best performance I think he's ever given in anything. And Emma Stone is Emma Stone. She is just fucking phenomenal.
I was looking at the top. I was like, I've never seen Kinds of Kindness. I've never seen Love and Death. I know I'm strange. I never watched Breaking Bad. And then I got to Game Night with Jason Bateman. I seen that before. Don't remember Jesse being in the movie. And then I'm scrolling down. I was like, I didn't watch Friday Night Lights. I was like, I didn't watch Black Mirror. I did watch Jungle Cruise. Don't remember him in that. And then I seen Black Mass and popped into my head. I was like, oh, yeah, he's in that
He's
movie.
that guy. And this is the thing. Jesse Plummet proves how great of an actor
and
is.
I've seen Battleship. Battleship was good.
He's one of those actors who's so good in whatever role he's in. But for the love of God, you can't remember his name. You just see his face and you go, oh, him. Yeah, I know him. He's one of those actors. And this is a movie. If you guys have not seen Begonia, check it out. I've never seen a movie that's so intense, that's literally like an hour and a half or so of just talking. 2 people talking, and one trying to prove that this person's an alien, and one's proving it. And by God, when you're listening to the argument, you are on both sides through it, because she'll say something and you go, is she? But then he'll say something fucking crazy and you'll be like, no, this guy's fucking nuts. And the ending of this movie it's like a Quentin Tarantino ending, because when the violence hits, it's just nonstop for the last 10 minutes of the film. One crazy ass scene after another. And you're sitting there going, you just wonder, like, how did we get here? Because it starts off very unassuming. They even got like a very like mellow soundtrack. Even when crazy shit happens, it's got a mellow sound. So it's confusing you when you're watching it as this crazy shit is going down. And you're going, how did we get from these 2 kidnapping and seeming crazy to this crazy shit we got at the end of this movie? Begonia is great. Check it out. It only didn't make my top 5 because when you see my top 5, it's hard to compete with these. And that leads me into number 5.
Okay, hold on. I had this in my mind. of something that we were going to do. We were going to go through 10 through 6. You said you had 20 on this page?
I had 20 on my first page.
Okay. Before we continue on, I'm curious as to what the honorable mentions are. 11
So
and 12.
I
We're
will.
not going to talk about 13. Fuck 13.
So here are my honorable mentions. These were ones that were close but did not make it. So the Gorge,
The Gorge.
the one where they were. Oh, look at this, Eastern Thomas.
What's
Thank you.
Eastern
Gave us
Thomas?
his top 10. Sinners, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Weapons, Warfare, Frankenstein, and The Life of Chuck. Eastern Thomas, you'll see Weapons and Frankenstein, but on a different list. That's my top 10 horror. I had to break it up because I don't include horror with.
The only ones that I've seen on here so far, or at least I'm sure he's going to send another message with the rest of them, is Weapons. I've not seen any of the rest of them that are on this list.
So don't worry, I'll be doing another list.
I haven't seen the rest of his list either.
Hamnet, the brutal list was good. Sentimental value.
I think that I looked at Perp's post sometime in the last week, and he had Hamnet at either 2 or 3 as well.
Yeah. I would have put it on this list if I had seen it. That was one. It's on my queue to watch. I just didn't get a chance before I made this list. So forgive me if it's a great movie. I'm sorry. You know, I watched like 50 movies this year. So as you can see, okay. So my honorable mentions: The Gorge, Death of a Unicorn.
Is that good? Because I keep seeing it on Prime, and I was like,
oh yeah, check it out.
Ugh.
It's Bitchy's favorite movie. She's probably gonna kill me that I didn't put it on the list. Her and the little dictator loved it, and it's a great movie.
It might have not have made the list as far as it pertains to the title of the stream, but it did make the stream.
Also Thunderbolts.
But wait, I asked for 11 and 12. You gave me 3 movies.
The Thunderbolts I just wanted to put in there. Watch it. It's great. It
was Thunderbolts ain't on the fucking list? Oh, man.
Like, sorry. I know you said
I don't
13,
understand,
but I had to.
I guess I haven't watched enough about people bitching about the movie, saying that they don't like it. Because as far as I can tell, the only thing that they have in the movie that people have been bitching about Marvel since it started, well, maybe not since it started, because Tony Stark didn't have a problem killing people, but they don't kill villains anymore.
Yeah, and I
mean, shit, you watch Thor Love and Thunder, you're like, oh, the villain died in that. It's like, yeah, but he killed himself.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That don't count, man. Like, if the hero, like, you watch Iron Man 1, and you see Tony Stark, I don't even know the word to use to describe what he does to Obadiah Stane. He's fucking dead. 100% dead.
Never coming back.
You watch Iron Man 2, Whiplash, dead. 100% dead. Then you watch Captain America, and you're like, I'm pretty sure he died. He didn't, obviously. And he turned into some fucking ghosty machine, but whatever. The first Thor? I mean,
kind of. Because Thor 2, the elf dude's dead.
They definitely killed the elf.
Yeah, definitely. Thank God. He needed to.
And number one, obviously we don't kill Loki. Loki might be the most important character in the MCU. Like, inside of the story of the MCU, Loki might be the most important character. Obviously, for like creating it in real life, it's Iron Man. Like, everybody can agree with that.
Or we could just agree it's Captain America. Anyways,
we can't.
He's literally the first Avenger. It's in the name. The first Avenger, Captain America.
Which is why they made his movie third?
No, it was because you saved the best.
They made his movie fourth?
You know what? I'm not getting into
they made it's Iron Man and Hulk are the first 2.
Okay, moving along. Just because
Thunderbolts get so much fucking unwarranted hate, I don't understand it, because that's the only thing in the movie that happens where people are like, I'm sick of Marvel doing this, is that they don't kill the villain because Bob is the villain.
Yes. To be fair, he's kind of a hero in the
No, I
end, like
get.
they tend to
No, I
do.
get. Like they turn the villain into a hero,
But
kind of.
out of all the ways they've done that, I think they did that one the best. But
Well, okay,
anyways,
this one definitely hit way harder and made way more sense that it was Florence Pugh talking to him and getting him to essentially come back with them.
yes.
Whereas when you watch Captain America: Brave New World,
Or
which
Thor, Love and Thunder.
I wouldn't be so pissed at Captain America if they hadn't put Liv Tyler in the end scene or the post credit scene or whatever fucking scene. If she didn't show up in the movie, it wouldn't be as upsetting. But the fact that it's like, hey, we're gonna take him to the cherry blossoms, and then we're gonna have Captain America talk to him, and it's not gonna work. And then they're gonna fight for fucking 2 minutes, and then he's gonna say the same fucking thing again, but this time we're gonna have a cherry blossom burn away on his hand, and he's like, oh yeah, I guess we can be friends. What the fuck, man? That was the perfect opportunity to. You have all these other random fucking people. Like Captain America says, get the fuck out of here. And then a bunch of random fucking people show up. It's like, well, it's going to be the end of it unless you calm down. He's like, I guess I'll calm down. Perfect time to bring Liv Tyler on. Be like, remember when you saw the cherry blossoms with this fine young lady? And be like, oh, I guess I don't need to be the Hulk. Like that was, I don't know how many people I heard say that was the perfect way to do it. If you're not going to kill Red Hulk, okay, whatever. Make it better.
So let's get into, speaking of better, let's get into the better end of this list, the top 5.
Well, give me 10 through 6 again.
So number 10 was Warfare. Number 9 was The Naked Gun. Number 8 was Novocaine. Number 7 was Freaky Tales. And number 6 was Begonia. Now,
I've seen 2 out of 5. I wonder if I'll do better with these 5.
So number 5, and it had to make my top 5. Like I shuffled things around, but one I knew that was going to stay at the opener for my top 5 is, without a shadow of a doubt, just second favorite franchise to John Wick, which is the highest compliment I can give this franchise because there's going to be a number 3 confirmed, The Accountant 2. What an excellent movie.
Oh, really?
What a way to make a sequel that I would almost say this is better than The Accountant 1, because
I've seen The Accountant 1.
The Accountant 2, with the brother having more interaction with him and then basically going on a brother murder trip and him getting so annoyed because of him being autistic and OCD on top of it, and they're back and forth. And
wait, the accountant's brother is also autistic?
No, he's just a killer. Remember from the first one where he's like, they found each other.
It's been a while since I've seen the first one. Should I, not do I have to, but should I watch the first one before I watch the second one?
Because you gotta see how they connect.
Up, Laura B. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Laura B.
You can say Happy New Beer to her because she's German.
Happy New Beer. So, The Accountant number 2 is great. If you guys don't know, The Accountant stars Ben Affleck in probably one of his best acting roles. He's autistic, and he also has a splash of OCD. And him and his brother get separated. He becomes a killer for hire, or they call him an accountant who works with mob books, but he also takes them off the books if it needs to be done. His brother, played by the best Punisher, John Berthal, is a actual assassin, and wacky shenanigans ensue. John Lithgow is the bad guy in the first movie, and in this one, it's much in The Accountant 2. There's a scene in it where you see it's about traffickers,
and they traffic. That John Lithgow would be so great at making villains, because I presume when a lot of people think of him, they think of Third Rock from the Sun, right?
Yep. Or Dexter.
He's a villain in Dexter too.
Yep. He is he's the villain that kills the series.
Because what was that show on NBC? Trial and Error?
Yes.
You remember that one when he
Yes, I
was
do.
the bad guy of season 1? But he's like he's freaking hilarious the whole season. Like he's doing it in a comedy version. He's not doing it the serious way like he does Dexter.
Yes. And the accountant too
Oh,
is
oh God! I was on the wrong side of the Alps. I'm sorry, Laura. Shit.
um but if you haven't seen it, the accountant 2 was great. It was the example of making a sequel that like literally, so picture this. This sequel opens with Ben Affleck's character who is autistic trying to get a date, and he has
With
no
J
social
Lo.
cue. Huh?
With J Lo.
No, speed running. I got the joke.
Oh,
No,
okay.
speed dating. But because he's autistic and he's thorough, he does a workup on all of the people he's gonna meet. And it's so funny trying to see him interact because he wants to find somebody to connect with.
Like he
And
did the workup before he went to the speed dating thing.
yeah, he rigged it so he would get specific people, which is not how speed dating's supposed to work.
No,
And
you
then
just either the guys move or the girls move.
yeah, but he rigged it so he knew everybody he was going to get. This is The Accountant 2. If you haven't seen it, it's great. It's if Rain Man was an assassin. That's
That's
basically
a
what
good.
the
I
movie.
mean, that's a good way of putting it. For as much as I remember the first one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's great because this movie hit me more in the feels. The subject that it's about, when you find out what they were going to do with these kids that they are basically trafficking, and the mother of this one kid, and what they do to her, it's so touching. The ending just gets you in the feels. And John Berthal, who is this
John
assassin version,
Berthol's his brother.
yeah, and he's a dickhead to him. And there's a funny gag in the movie where he wants to adopt a pet, and you think he's getting something manly because he's the opposite of his brother. So he drinks beer, he likes expensive things, he fucking kills people for fun.
Oh, does he get a puffy dog?
He wants a cat. And
Oh,
this whole time he's trying to fucking adopt a
like a
cat, and it's a
like,
running
like,
gag.
like a bobcat?
No, like a cat. Like a meow, a cat. So this fucking hardcore killer, he wants a cat. And his autistic brother is fucking doing jokes on him about it, where he's like, "You can't take care of anything. How are you going to take care of a cat?" He's like, "Shut up, you're stupid." Like, just their back and forth makes this movie so worth watching. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, and it's why it's my number 5, The Accountant 2 might be better than the first movie, but definitely check out the first one because you got to get the setup for the two brothers. That's key. But once you get past that, the second movie will make you laugh. It'll get you in the feels. It feels like two brothers going on a road trip, but they're going to murder people. But it's a brother road trip.
I'm game.
It's so unique. So let's get to my number 4. And number 4, this is so low on this list because it's a movie I could only watch once because it's so fucking tough to watch. And that is one of the greatest Stephen King adaptations they've done this year, The Long Walk. This movie
Oh,
is
is it good?
it is so emotionally draining. Yes, I hate it. I hate Avatar. You'll never see it on my list. Worst movie ever. Yes, it has great special effects. The story fucking sucks. I hate Avatar
Three
with a
hours,
passion.
20 minutes.
Yeah, there's no. I can't. I already hate the movie. I've never seen 2. I only saw 1, and I said nope. I'm good. I hope James
Laura, were
Cameron
you,
starts making other movies.
Laura, were you dying from laughter?
Yeah, dude, that movie's too fucking long. So,
I mean, just from watching the trailers, I presume that this new one isn't just Dances with Wolves in Space.
no, but I don't care about blue people. I just don't care. Anyways,
Okay, hold on. I know you don't care, but I'm intrigued what she believes about this movie now because
oh, she
I'm
said
probably not going to see it ever.
not so bad,
No,
but
she
too
said not
long.
so bad, but too long. Okay, but she has 2 other avatars to compare it to. Is it better than the first one? Is it better than the second one? Is it
I
the
heard the
worst?
second
Is
was
it the
better
worst
than both of them.
Avatar? I mean, I seen this post on Instagram not too long ago that said uh, James Cameron's last movie besides Avatar is Titanic.
Yes, That's
That's
nuts.
sad because then you look at all of the movies that he made before Avatar and you're like, banger, 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 banger. Then he made Avatar and he's like, look how much money I made. I was like, nobody talked about how much money those other movies made. I mean,
Better than the second
maybe a
one.
little bit with Titanic. They talked about the money, but nobody talked about the money on the rest of them. And practically all of them are going to be on a top 100 of all time list.
And speaking of which, The Long Walk, because I hate talking about Avatar. The Long Walk. Um, I put it at number 4 because I ranked these on rewatchability. And The Long Walk, if you guys haven't seen it, I do think it's one of the first movies that has messaging, but it does it smart. It's like picture Hunger Games, but walking. And the premise is Mark Hamill, our boy Luke, is a fucking dickhead in this movie, and he plays it great. And he's this general with a fucking tank and
Fuck,
this
did I
small
not?
army
Is he
behind
not
him.
in any of the previews?
He's not. No,
Shit.
You'll, I didn't give a spoiler though. I'm sorry. Maybe I did. Sorry, guys. Spoiler. Mark
I
Hamill
don't
is the
think
bad.
saying that. I don't think it's a huge reveal that Mark Hamill shows up in a movie. It's not like Luke Skywalker showed up in the movie. You
No,
know what I
so
mean?
he plays this general, and the premise is they have to walk around the country until everybody drops except for one person. And when I tell you this movie is graphic, it's not graphic. Well, there is some graphic violence scenes, but it's graphic as in shit that happens. This kid literally takes a shit, and they show it on the side of the road because he can't stop walking. They can't stop for a fucking bathroom break. Nothing. You got to pee,
Wait, so
and you go
you,
rip it
you
out and
just
pee.
you continue to walk and the poop just falls out of your butt?
Drops his trousers and he's walking and shitting because if you stop and you get behind a certain amount of people,
Right, I knew that.
they
They kill
shoot
you.
you. And the thing with it that makes it tough is these are all young actors that are portraying teenagers that kind of like the Hunger Games, they're walking for specific regions in the US. And so it's a matter of pride, but it's also like these are kids and they make friendships. But you know, these people next to you are going to die because there's only one person who is going to live at the end of this. The
Well,
performances,
no. If you die, all of the people next to you will not die because one person survives.
exactly. So, shout out Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. I forget his name. He's in this. His son, if he doesn't win an award this year, it's a fucking crime.
I
His
don't know what just
performance.
happened over there, but it sounded like you farted. Whatever you moved sounded
It
like
was
a
my
little
chair.
fart. Ah,
Yeah. Just thinking about it, I have to fart because, dude, the bodily fluids. What makes
okay.
this movie
Question.
graphic?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What makes this movie graphic is not that there's horrible shootings. I could deal with that, but the amount of fluids that are in this movie, other than being shot, is gross. But this isn't a gross out movie. This is a look at how our society can be. It's a dystopian future where the government is using this as a ploy because the world is so shitty that this long walk is a distraction. It's like a way to keep people's mind on how bad the economy is and how bad the politics are. Basically, they're living in a militaristic state. So
Oh,
they're doing this to distract people, and the the commentary is so scary to what's going on now that you watch it, it's not annoying, it's not in your face, but if you're looking at the clues because the directors are actually smart, you can pick up what they're trying to say about the state of the world now and how close we are to some shit like this happening. And I walked out going, I first I called my daughter and told her how much I loved her,
huh?
and then I was like, we're all fucked, man. And the only reason why this isn't higher is because I can't watch a movie that emotionally wrecks me like this again. I can't do it because this kid's dying. And when you have a kid, you know, you don't want to see kids being killed. It's a really tough thing to watch. So yeah, fluids. There's everything, man. There's tears, there's blood, there's piss, there's shit, there's man, it's if you haven't seen it, everybody should at least once check out The Long Road. This movie will really make you look back and want to be a better person. And the message at the end of this movie, the way the end it happens, it is
Wait.
so
So I
powerful.
I would have assumed that the end of the movie It was just like rule number one:
You want to talk
cardio,
about?
cardio.
So check out The Long Walk. The Long Walk was
Is it
great.
where's is that on a service yet?
No, but you can get it on Prime for like
You
$20
can
because
get everything on Prime.
so, but definitely, it'll probably be on HBO or one of those. When you see
Ooh,
this
I have a
drop,
question. I have a question for you because I'm curious, and it don't really spoil the movie because I know that they said when they were making it, everybody who did the long walk, they walked all of the every step you see in the movie is like them continuing down the road. But do they edit it in a way? Because you said that it's like across the country.
yep,
Because from what I've seen, they walk like I think they said it was just over 200 miles.
yeah,
And I was like, walking 200 miles in the amount of time it takes to film the show is not some monumental feat, people. Like, that's not a lot. It's not
it's.
like all of the people who walk at their job for a living are walking
But you got
freaking
to
10
remember,
miles a day. So that's 50 miles a week. And that's a
but you got to
month.
remember, these are kids. Some of them, when you see the movie, are definitely not walkers.
My question is it edited in a way to make it seem like they're walking across multiple states?
It is, but the shot never breaks. So it's almost like when they reach a point, you're reaching them with them. There's no edit in between. And then you see a town, it's just like one continuous, almost, I want to say it's almost a one take, except for there is a couple of editing when they're leaving. Like you'll see someone's face and the mom's face or whatever. There's editing in the beginning, but for the most part, it's almost like one long continuous shot. The only time you ever notice editing is when they like pan to someone in the back and they fucking off that person, and then it goes right back to the view of everybody who's walking, who's still in the line. So it's
Okay.
like just tracking them all the way through as they're doing this walk, even right till they get to the end. And PB, it's hard to see, but when you see it, you'll know why it's such a big feat, because I got fucking exhausted and I wasn't even walking. I was just like, God damn, man. Like, I could walk. You know, I used to walk. I could walk. But, dude,
What do you mean you used to walk? You used to the only two things I know that you used to do. One, sit in your security vehicle. I know you used to do that. And the other one is stand there and yell at children.
hey, those are tough jobs.
And the stand there and yell at children was at two locations. One was a movie theater. The other one was a dojo.
But, yeah, but you missed in that one. I got to kick them.
I guess there was the occasional oh, knock a kid down. Ah.
Hey, it builds character.
Do not lick that when we're on stream, guy.
So, number 4, check out The Long Walk. Number 3, and now this one I put on here also because Little Dictator, my daughter loved this movie, and she said, Father,
Moana.
future leader of the world, you need to put this on here. And I was like, okay, Little Dictator, I will, because I believe in your choices, because she's going to succeed me one day. So my number 3 is The Toxic Avenger. This movie
Never
is
seen it.
this movie stars Peter Dinklage, Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood. There's so many famous people, and this movie is about Peter Dinklage. He falls into this sewage and becomes the Toxic Avenger. Now, if you guys don't know, this is
This
based
says
on
the Toxic Avenger is from 2023.
it was just released this year, so I'm counting it. It was made in 2023, but they couldn't get distribution until 2025, so it counts for this year.
Oh,
So, The Toxic Avenger was released in festival circuits. It's based on what's called trauma movies. If you guys don't know what trauma movies are, they are ridiculously gory R-rated movies. Some were action, some were horror, but they were so bad that they don't make them anymore. They used to show grape in it. I'm not going to say the word, and excessive violence. And it got this title. It's called a trauma movie. Well, in this age, in 2025, you can't do that because people are little bitches. But this was the first movie where they showed some wild dick. They showed some wild shit. There's literally a scene where Peter Dinklage has a green dick and he pulls it
Ah!
out to piss on his chains so he can burn through them because he becomes the toxic Avenger when he falls in these chemicals and they mutate him. And so he decides he's like a loser, basically janitor for this corporate company experimenting with these dangerous chemicals, and they think that he steals this information, but it's not him, it's this other reporter he was with. And so she gets away, but they throw him into this sludge, and Kevin Bacon plays the main bad guy. And the movie is so wild, you could tell everybody's having fun. Elijah Wood is this like crazy looking, he's got stringy black hair, and he's like a scientist who's doing weird shit. This movie is just fun. There's super amount of blood and gore in it.
I
It
mean,
is
does it
just
have a comedy aspect the same way that Terrifier does?
it's I would say it's more Terrifier light because the gore is there, but it's not like malicious. It's kind of quirky. So like there's a scene where there's these rappers who are bad guys and he does a rap battle with them and then kills them
Peter
all.
Peter Dinklage?
Yes. Peter Dinklage
I'm gonna
kills
have to
people with a
watch
mop.
this movie.
Yes, this is one of the wildest movies. It is super fun, and if you haven't seen it, this movie almost didn't get released. Yes, she does. She goes, fuck.
I don't know. I've been there a few times when she was there, and I don't ever remember her calling you anything.
You sit on a throne of lies.
It's possible. It's possible, Laura. It's possible.
So, number 3, Toxic Avenger, check it out. My number 2. My number 2, people might disagree, it should be on my horror list, but I don't consider it horror
So
because I don't.
Toxic Avenger isn't considered horror?
No, it's a action comedy.
Oh, okay.
Uh, my number 2 is I don't consider it from Dusk Till Dawn a horror movie, so I'm not going to consider this a horror movie. My number 2, and it was close to being number 1 if I didn't see this movie literally before doing this list and realized that it was coming out, and it was by someone I really love. So my number 2 is probably one of the most important movies to see because Ryan Coogler, that son of a bitch, I hated him for Black Panther, but he won me over with Sinners. Sinners is such a brilliant masterpiece in acting, in music, in directing, in blending genres. And now I even talked to Perp about this, and we were undecided. Is this a horror or is this an action movie? And I would say this is more of an action movie to me than it is a horror movie. Now I know it's subjective, but I can't put it on my horror list because I feel like it would go it wouldn't it would be too high, and I want to put other horror movies on there. So I put it on this list because I feel like it should be recognized. Sinners is such an accomplishment in filmmaking. I mean, I don't mean to like jerk off to this movie, but really this movie is
What kind of
so
movie is it?
this movie is so great. So Sinners is a story about two brothers, the smokestack or the Stack brothers, and Michael B. Jordan plays two characters who are twin brothers. And the way they film it, you would swear that Michael B. Jordan had a twin brother, but it's him acting two different characters. Their dialect, the way they talk, the way they act, their characteristics are completely separate, but they're played by the same actor. And these vampires come to town and
Vampires, yes.
they
Good.
start some shit, and it then turns into like a survival, and the Stack brothers want to open a gin joint, and when they open it up, they got this really great this kid who plays music. I think it's like banjo jazz kind of deal, and his music draws these vampires. And there's so much to do with music itself and the way that they shoot it. There's a beautiful scene they shoot where you get to see every type of music in history, like Jimi Hendrix and like uh, other jazz players and rap and all this. Every music just come together, and it's a story about how powerful music is and about a little bit talking about the times, and I can excuse it because this is back in the time where black people were persecuted. It fucking happened, and they dive into it, and they're just trying to make their way into this world, and then these vampires attack, and they have to survive the night. But because there's so much action, I really think that this falls more action than it does creature feature because the vampires are in it and there is horror elements, but maybe it's just vampires don't scare me or I don't consider it. Like 30 Days a Night were scary for me. Those were terrifying vampires. And then you have like From Dusk Till Dawn, where you're in the titty bar and they get attacked, and that feels more of an action movie. And that's what this is. It feels more of an action movie because there's shit blowing up and there's a part the greatest scene is the end of the movie, and it has nothing to do with the vampires. Sinners is a masterpiece. I don't say that often. Why it's not at my number one is because it was contending with
It's
another.
because number one is masterpiecier.
Yeah, it's masterpiecier. But I'll tell you what, guys. Sinners is on HBO Max. PB, you can check it out. It is. It's one of those 2-hour movies where I didn't even feel the time. I actually thought it was too short. I was like, it's over? Wait, there's so and watch
so it's the anti-Avatar.
Yes, and watch the end credits because as they're doing the credits, the end scene that they put the post scene is actually super important to the movie. I don't know why they did the credits first, but it finishes out the story. It's so beautiful. It's about the love of these brothers, and they're both gangster pieces of shit, but you can't help but to love them. And when they find themselves in this situation, it's just such a great movie. It was one of those movies that come along once in a generation that everyone, whether you're on the anti-woke side or not.
Was it released in theaters?
Yes. Okay. And it was one of the movies that made $1 billion. It was one of the or it came close. It was up there. It was one of the highest grossing. I guess they called it horror, but I don't call it horror. I think it's more of an action movie. I'm pretty sure it either made $1 billion or it made close to $1 billion. It was a stupid amount of money for the cost that this movie had to have. And PB is checking the numbers. That's why I
am, because they're not nearly as impressive as you believe that they are, according to what I'm reading.
I'm saying, okay, I'm saying in relation to how much the budget was.
Okay. Well, do you believe that the budget, whenever you read the budget at places, is including the marketing, or is it just the production?
I included the marketing. I don't think they ever include the marketing, because if they did,
so you're saying that the budget for the movie, because it says that the budget is 90 to 100 million. You're saying that includes marketing money, so we don't have to add another 50 million.
Yeah, I want to say it would include the marketing because it was very small scale for
a lot of people don't do it that way, but it also depends on the movie and it depends on what's been reported, because some people report the production budget and then they're like, and then we marketed it, and they're like, yeah, it's usually
it was so successful and they talked about it so much. I think they included it because they were very bragging about it.
Okay, either way, doing the math with the numbers that I was given says, let's go with the high number, 100 million. So 100 million, and you get roughly 60% of the box office.
Yep.
Okay, it says their worldwide box office is 368 million. So 60% of that's like 200 million.
Yep.
Ish. They doubled their fucking money.
So check it out. And this is big because it's considered a horror movie. I don't, but let's just say for argument's sake it is. A lot of horror movies on the high end don't make double their budget because they're horror and it's R, which makes it really hard because an R-rated movie limits your audience.
It does. Now, to be fair, Joker's
an anomaly. That's something I feel like will never repeat again. That's one of those, I'm excluding cultural phenomenons that come out of left field. I'll talk about the next one is in that discussion. But anyways.
It says here, key achievements. Sinners became the 10th highest grossing R-rated film domestically in America.
So if you guys haven't checked this out, and even Jane Creek gave it an approval here. Sinners. It's a great movie. It is one of the best vampire movies to come out in the past couple of years too. Like vampires have been getting a bad deal. I think Nosferatu was good from last year, but there were some people who are about it. This one is good because it's not just a vampire movie. It's a movie that also has something to say politically and culturally, but doesn't beat you over the head with it. Even people who are on the other side, the woke shit, right? Even they agree. We can all agree Sinners was a fucking fantastic movie. Uh, and Michael B. Jordan is just an amazing actor. I think he's really cemented himself as the most prominent younger generation of actors. I mean, growing up, we had the Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, and you know, it, there wasn't a lot of choices as far as African American actors go. But now you're in this amazing time where you have like young up and comers and you have these younger black actors who are just fucking crushing it and that are legitimately good. And I think Michael B. Jordan one day is going to be, when we talk about Morgan Freeman, when we talk about Denzel Washington, or when we talk about Samuel L. Jackson, you're going to put Michael B. Jordan right up there in there with the greats. And he's proved how great of an actor he is in this movie. To play two people, and literally he CGI'd, and with the best fucking capturing I've ever seen, because it looks like him. And to have a conversation with yourself, to talk in different dialects with different mannerisms, to make two distinct identical brothers that are different in the way that they interact with people is just phenomenal itself. But then add the way the movie ties in music. This is a movie that blew me away. I don't even know what I was expecting, but it was probably the best performance he's ever done. Yes, he is. I forget he was on The Wire. That's crazy. So was Idris Elba. Uh, yeah, it's nuts to see how much Michael B. Jordan has just become probably one of the defining actors of this generation. But my number one, and
What? Relax, guy. Relax, guy. We don't want to pop the cork yet here.
okay,
Before you do your number one, can we go back through 10 through 2?
so 10 through 2 of this list. This is the definitive list. This is the best list you're gonna get. Fuck everybody else's top 10 list. This is the defining list of 2025. Probably the best one you'll hear. So at number 10 is Warfare. Number 9 is The Naked Gun. Number 8 is Novocaine. Number 7 is Freaky Tales. Number 6 is Begonia. Number 5 is The Accountant 2. Number 4 is The Long Walk. Number 3 is The Toxic Avenger. And number 2 is Sinners. So far, I think I got a pretty strong list.
That is a pretty strong list, and I'm missing out on so many movies this year. Son of a bitch. I hear this list, and like some of them, like Sinners, like I seen Sinners advertised once it came to freaking, what did you say that one's HBO Max?
Yep.
So yeah, I seen it advertised, and I was like, maybe.
I've watched it like 4 times.
Ah,
It's one of those movies where you just and replay. And the great thing about Sinners, oh man, you got me going again. This is how close it was came to number one. The great thing about Sinners is when you rewatch it, you pick up stuff you missed because you were so amazed at how good the movie was the first time. When
okay.
It's got that rewatch, and that's what I want to say too. If movies are high on my list, I've rewatched them. This has that rewatchability where you go through and you watch it the first time and you go, oh shit, I missed that the first time. Like these little details that Ryan Coogler put in that he knew when you rewatch the movie. Like the first time you were like, holy fuck, what is this movie? But he knew you'd come back and watch it again. And he puts in little stuff that not only sets up what happens later, but that's just little cool details that you missed the first time around watching it because you're just so entranced with how great this movie is. And as far as like Ryan Coogler's a very interesting director because I've seen some movies where I like absolutely love them, and then we got Black Panther and Black Panther 2, where I just like
See, I'm like, I don't hate Black Panther, but Black Panther gets a lot of unwarranted love.
I like this to me is probably the best movie he's ever made. I will die on that hill. Like if someone goes, oh
So,
well,
Sinners is the best movie that Ryan Coogler ever made. You heard it here first. But it's not as good as number one.
number one, of course. And before people say this doesn't count, it's a brand new movie in essence. It was re-released for this year, and you know who it is because I have them in the fucking background. Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. This is Kill Bill as Quentin
This
Tarantino.
you cheap son of a bitch. You cheap son of a bitch.
This is
Fucking everybody's seen Kill Bill. It's like
No,
20
no.
years old.
No. This is how Quentin Tarantino wanted to release the movie, but it was before Avengers. So the studio told him he had to cut this, he had to cut that, and he had to break it into two movies. This is how the movie was originally
Wait,
intended to
so
be
how
seen.
many cut scenes are there?
There's like four. There's the animated scene is
So,
extended.
like, this is
There's like
like the
4 or
difference
5
between
new scenes.
watching
This isn't Zack Snyder's Justice
no,
League.
but I'm saying, but this is the difference between watching theatrical cut and director's cut
Okay, so in this one,
of anything.
so there's 4 or 5 brand new scenes that give more context to some of the backstories, and
Okay.
they extend. And the best part, which I'm sure Perp will agree with, they extended the anime scene, so they give you more of Lucy Liu's character leading up to before she fought the bride.
Oh, okay.
There's more explaining how she became the head of the Yakuza before you get to the scene where she chops the dude's head off. Also, remember the black and white scene where she
It's
killed.
been so long since I watched it, and I probably remember Kill Bill 2 more than Kill Bill 1.
So in Kill Bill 1, when she fights the crazy 88s and they switch it to black and white because she chops off heads and hands and arms and stuff like that, she fights all the people in the bar. It's all in color now. So you see
Oh, okay.
everything.
Where is
And
this?
it makes it so different. And this has to do, thank you, Terrifier, because Terrifier came out. Now he put the color back in to that scene. So now you get to see the blood splat all over the place. Heads get cut off, hands get cut off. I think feet, like any body part that could be cut off in this scene, it is done. It was a limited release to theaters only so far. I will be buying the DVD.
Why does this? You said it's Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair?
Yes.
Why does Google is telling me that it came out in 2011?
No, they're going by the original release date.
Of the whole bloody affair or
No,
regular Kill
of
Bill?
the original movies.
No, the original movie came out in 2003.
No, this was definitely 2025 because that's when the theater release date was. And it was only to AMC. I remember specifically because I had to see at an AMC theater. Yeah, it was this year because it's also on Jeremy John's number one as well.
Oh, now I'm reading the AI overview. It says Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair is a special single movie version of Quentin Tarantino's 2-part revenge epic, combining Volume 1 and Volume 2, adding a new 7.5-minute animated sequence and removing some recaps, which saw a nationwide theatrical release in the US on December 5th, 2025.
So
So it starts in anime?
no, that's
Well,
just
that's in the middle of the movie.
that's in the middle where they
Oh.
explain Ryu Ren's backstory. So here's the thing that's important about this version, and I would recommend watching this version. Remember the part? So at the end of Kill Bill Volume 1, he says, "Does she know her daughter is alive?" Well, they cut that from this version because when he shot it, that was supposed to surprise the audience because it was supposed to be one movie. It was just going to be that bitch in the hospital scene. So when you get to that part, the reveal at Volume 2 hits a lot harder because it's not telling you that her daughter is alive. She just goes in to kill him. You think he's going to kill him, and then the daughter comes out, and you go, oh shit, the daughter is alive. So it's these little cuts that they made to his movie that actually really hurt it because he had to break it up. And he was like, well, how am I going to keep people invested and wanting to see the next movie? Well, I got to tell them the daughter's alive so that they go, oh, I can't wait. What is she going to do in volume 2? So both of them have their place, but I feel like this one is what Zack Snyder failed to do with his uncut versions. This is a real, like, uncut movie. Like, this is how you're supposed to do it. He's not doing reshoots. He didn't reshoot nothing. He put scenes in there that were already made. They were just taken out for time, and he removed stuff that the studio made him put in. That, people, is not a Justice League, whatever Zack Snyder did. Okay, that was a brand new fucking film. This is a
it's a
real.
different film because it tells the same story. It just uses different characters, which is weird, but whatever.
Yes, this is the same exact story. It's Kill Bill's Volume 1 and 2, but
With
it's
added context.
with added context, and it makes
So it's totally
the
a
original.
director's cut.
Yeah, it is the definition of a director's cut. This is the stuff that Quentin Tarantino wanted in the film, but Hollywood said to him, you can't do that. What, a 3-hour movie? That'll never happen.
Well, this says it's 4.5.
Yeah. Well, that'll never happen.
Growling, you fucking bastard.
Avengers Endgame, that was 3.5. We were already there, almost there.
Endgame is 3 hours and 8 minutes. And I want to say it goes to 3 hours and 12 minutes when they added the scene or whatever the fuck they did.
Yeah, like when they added the scenes, it was only like 3 hours and like 12 minutes, something like that.
6 years ago. 6 fucking years ago.
How did they add content?
Well, this one says 3 hours 1 minute when you look at it on Google. So I think it must have maybe it went from 3 hours and 1 minute to 3 hours and 8 minutes. Maybe that's where I was getting the 8 minutes from.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, when Quentin Tarantino makes a movie, he has the original cut of the movie. He's so big that he has what's called final cut, which means that if anything's cut out, he has the original spool uncut. And I'm gathering it's for situations like this. So if he ever re-released something and he had to cut things, he still has the original cut, because when they cut a movie, the OG cut a lot of times sits in a studio vault. It gets lost. Shit happens. So when they do these re-releases, they have to essentially now digitally edit it in. This is Tarantino's shot version. Like, it was all done, and the cuts were made after the studio saw the final product and said, Quentin, you can't have a 4-hour movie. Nobody will sit through it. And so he essentially took one movie and broke it into two. But this is just a movie that he had originally shot, and then he digitally added the animated scene because he wanted to give Rishi Ren more of a backstory. That was essentially the only thing he added, but this was what he had originally shot. They're saying it's new scenes, but they weren't new. They were always in the movie. They were always in his original version. The studio made him cut this, turn this black and white. And so he put a filter over the battle scene with the crazy 88s. He put a black and white filter to get around the censors because they weren't going to give him an R rating. They were going to give him an X rating. And the story behind the movie is even as fascinating. If you ever get a chance, there's a documentary called Making Kill Bill, where he talks about how he had sent in his movie like 4 times before he got approval because the MPAA kept on saying he couldn't have certain stuff in it. And now we have Terrifier. So he goes, this is the perfect year to release what I intended, the movie he actually intended on releasing years ago. And I think it's a better version. Like, I'd rather sit through a 4-hour movie that makes sense. And my problem has always been, I love Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, but they feel like broken movies when you watch them, don't they? They feel completely different. It feels like when I'm watching it and you get to that end
let's put it this way. I 100% agree with you. They feel like different movies, to the point where I, being the special person that I am, watched Kill Bill Volume 2 first, because when I seen it marketed. They're like, look at all this crazy shit. And I was like, oh, yeah. Whereas I don't remember any marketing for the first Kill Bill at all. And then you watch
I
it, and then obviously I went back and watched it, and I was like, how did I miss this?
and that's the crazy thing because even all the action scenes feel like it's front loaded, and then the story is in volume two.
Right.
But
This like there's way more action in the first one. Like I seen how much action was in the second one. I was like, I'm game for that. Sure. I'm maybe a touch claustrophobic, so yeah, bury that bitch.
and this is the crazy part when you're watching it as one movie, it doesn't feel like 4 hours. I didn't feel the time at all.
I
It
wouldn't think that
really
it would.
it just flows so nicely. And this is a case, unlike looking at you, Zach, where the movie doesn't feel like it's injected with nothing. Now it just feels like you're watching the story as it was meant to be watched. And you're just like, oh shit. And it's just going one scene right into the next, right into the next. It doesn't feel long. It just feels like the way you were meant to see a movie. And that should be what a director's cut is. When someone re releases a movie, and they say this is how I intended it to be, you should watch it and go, you know what? This is how it should have came out. And I feel like the movie got gypped because a lot of people, despite PB, and I agree with you, I think part two is excellent, but a lot of people were pissed at part two because they were like, where's the action? You know, you come off of like battling the crazy 88s and the fight scene with Vivian Fox in the
But
kitchen.
she doesn't fight people in the same way that she fights people in the first one. Like she
Yes.
has, it's more like she has a brief interaction. Like it's not an extended fight scene.
And
Even in the fights that she does have, they're not extended fight scenes.
and this is why it makes part two better because when you just go you can see what he was doing. You go high adrenaline and then you come down, and now he's telling you the story, and it makes it more smooth because you're not just going from high action and then you're pausing for 2 years to wait for the sequel, and then it's slow, and you're like, what's going on?
This
Where's
isn't the Kill Bill I remember.
yeah? So now when you watch it as one continuous movie, you're like, oh man, I need a breather, and then you get the stuff with the brother and burying her alive and stuff like that, and you're like, it flows much better. And then it makes the ending for me much better because I know people got to the ending, and one big complaint for Kill Bill Volume 2 is, well, did she really kill Bill? Like, you're expecting this big, like, she's going to kill Bill. That's the fucking name of the movie. But it's brilliant because it's not a big battle. It's a battle of words. It's a battle of ideals. And it hits a lot harder with that scene because it's like, yeah, I'm not going to brutally murder my ex in front of my daughter, you know? And the change just hits harder for me because I'm like, wow, it just like made that's it does what a director's cut should do. It makes the movie better. If you're gonna re-release something, if you're gonna have the balls to be like, folks, I promise you, this version is much better. Watch this, and I agree. This is how this movie should have always released. And I think if he made it in 2025, he could have did at least a 3 hour film. Maybe he would have had to cut some stuff, but I think they would have given him 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Because how much is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is like 2.5 hour movie
Yeah,
at
it's pretty
least.
long.
So I think he could have done it. Yeah, and you're right. Lord of the Rings is even longer. It is the extended cut
I'm not
feels
gonna lie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has one of my favorite individual moments in any movie.
that you're talking about
Yes,
the ending, right?
I'm not talking about the ending.
Really?
No, my favorite moment in that entire movie is when he throws the fucking can at the guy.
Forgot, dude. I gotta rewind, dude. That
Because
movie
like
was.
everything is serious at that moment, and he whips this can. I was like, what the fuck? It's great.
That's the thing.
The ending is spectacular. Yes, the whole movie is freaking fantastic.
And here's the thing. I debated. I was like,
It might be his best film.
I debated if this movie was going to be number one, but then I saw Jeremy Johns said it.
Holy
He was
fuck!
like, this is number one. And I go, you know what, Jeremy? You're right. fuck? This is my fucking list, and I love Quentin Tarantino as much as Jeremy Jahns does.
Of
And you know
course,
what?
Jeremy Jahns was the influence. Should have known. Should have known.
No, but he's right. You know what? It's my fucking list, and I'm a diehard Quentin Tarantino fan.
Who's the,
And you
who's
know
the
what?
who's the John I can't think of now? Who's your other favorite John?
Oh no, I can't. We're not talking John Campia.
Oh yeah, your favorite John Campia.
Dude, Jeremy John.
First person I ever seen make Zod change his freaking Aquaman score.
Dude, he forever.
What I can't terrible even review.
I can't even look at Aquaman anymor. I've never seen a reviewer.
Well, pretty soon you won't have to. Pretty soon you'll be like, it's Lobo.
I'm not.
Like, I don't care how bad the movie is. The movie could be absolute fucking shit, but every time that he's on screen is going to be amazing.
And let me tell you something. I am not going to watch a John Campia review on the Lobo movie.
Do not. No.
Because I'm good. If I hear emotional weight ever again in my life, I am going to fucking murder the person who says it. Fuck Aquaman.
Whoa.
Laura B. So here's, if you guys have been on my channel,
don't stop barking at nothing. Hey.
My problem with Aquaman was I know there's the Amber Heard sitch, but honestly, my problem with Aquaman was that I watched John Campia's review because he used, and I shit you not, in his review, 15 times he said the movie had emotional weight. And it's a fucking comic book movie. Like, yes, you can have emotional weight, but not as much as he was saying. It was just nuts. And I was just like, dude, stop it. You say it one more time. Say it again. Say it again. English. Do you speak it, motherfucker? Like, I have never wanted to slap someone so much as John Campia for that review. It's like, and like, look, fuck Aquaman and Amber Heard. Like, I agree.
Well, then why do you gotta stop holding that against Aquaman? Nobody watched Aqua Lady.
I mean, and to be fair, Laura, I'm gonna say, like, when I asked anybody, people didn't even realize Amber Heard was in it. Everybody just told me Jason Momoa. Like my mom, she did not watch it.
I didn't know it was Amber Heard. I had no idea who the chick was that was playing Mira.
Holy shit, this is hilarious. Is John Campia still alive? Yes.
Oh, I mean, he's
still giving bad reviews.
He's got John's top 5 shows of 2025.
Oh my god, should we end the segment with it? Let's go see.
We did movies.
I have to.
Are you trying to turn this into a great shilling? That's a different stream.
Yeah, we'll do another great show. Maybe I'll do my top 10 shows, and we'll go see his top 5 and see what he has, because I'm fucking curious. I want to see how my list.
Together.
Yes, I want to see.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to maybe tomorrow at noon because I got to work, so we'll do another noon stream.
I can get on board with that.
And if you guys don't know, spoilers. If you don't have Apple TV and PB, get on it, because some of them shows that I have are going to be on Apple TV. Like fucking Severance. Watch it. It's amazing. Did he like the top 10 list? I think he approves. Yeah, so, yeah, this was my top 10. I
started talking about John Campia, and that's when he was barking, so.
He's like, fuck John. Fucking John Campia. Dude. So, yeah, that was my top 10 movies we have for
That's great. I mean, I need to watch a bunch of movies from that list.
I thought it was a really good list. I know the Quentin Tarantino pick might be controversial, but
I mean, it's going to be controversial in the way that it was controversial to me, where I was like, well, it's not new. Like, are you saying that these 7.5 minutes that got added, like that, just the 7.5 minutes, you're saying that is better than all these other films that you listed because you already seen all the other stuff? I agree that you have to take it as something different, because when you're given the context to allow the movie, as you say, to seamlessly flow instead of whoosh, and now a different tone, that makes a huge difference.
And to even further my point, it really is like watching a different movie. Like, I said the best movies of 2025, right? They're different movies, and this is different. If you watch this versus watching both volumes, which I did afterwards, there's a distinct difference, and that to me makes it different. Yes, it's the same movie, but it's different in its presentation. It's different in the way it tells its story. It's still the same story, but it's told differently, which to me makes it new. And in some ways, it makes it better than those original movies. And it's not a remake or a reboot or anything. It's essentially the same movie, but it's just told in a different way. So for me, it makes it completely different from the first two movies because it's adding more context, it's making it better. And more importantly, I think this version of the movie makes it now definitively one of the greatest Quentin Tarantino movies in his filmography because it's just such a banger. And I love martial arts movies. And to me, this is what I envisioned so all those years ago watching it. And when they did to cut it off, it felt like it lost something. But now I can firmly put it as not only one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies that he's ever done, but just a great movie in general. And it's sad in 2025, out of all the other movies that I've seen, this one still makes the top because it's a great movie. It was a great movie back then, and it's a great movie now. And it's even better for the fact that he got to see his vision through. And I think it's a problem that we see a lot in Hollywood where directors are forced to cut their movies and chop them up because it's not marketable. There's not enough time. It's too violent. Oh, there's not enough representation. This is just a pure movie made with love and passion from a great director, and that's why it's my number one. And I believe it does beat out every movie. And don't get me wrong, Sinners was damn close. I'm not gonna lie. Like I looked at the two, I was like,
I mean, if Sinners is damn close, that means that Sinners is going to go on like the all-time 100 list because this is definitely on it.
oh yeah, hands down. Which we gotta, if we work on that, how I should be done when I'm 83.
Doing a top 100?
Yeah, I'd be like, I finally
doing a
got
top
the list.
100. Doing a top 100 is so tough. Like,
Yeah,
what would be better is to get like 100,000 people and have 100,000 people tell you not what the 10 best movies are, but what their 10 favorite movies are. There's
yeah.
a difference.
And that would be
I mean,
interesting.
I believe that people that don't have a difference between what they like and what is objectively good are unable to be objective when it comes to rating movies. Like my favorite Star Wars movie, Episode 3. The best Star Wars movie is Episode 5.
Yeah. See, that's where I think people have a hard time doing subjective versus objective, right?
Absolutely.
Objectively, what's good. Subjectively, like
You
here,
can add that to it. Like that goes into your personal score.
like any of these movies you look at, they're all rated high. People love them on this list. Like they're all bangers. It's just now if you look at somebody else's list, like Tomas, he had some movies I haven't seen, but he did have some of my movies too. He had Sinners right there.
Well, and he, like you said, you're going to have weapons on your horror list, which is why
Yeah.
it's not on this list. Or else I'm confident that you would have put it on here, but I would not have put it on here. But we'll talk about that on a different stream.
Yes. So because Weapons to me is one of the best, but it's horror. And it's definitely got like I don't you're nuts. You're probably the only person in this world who has that opinion.
You are correct. The only person that I know of that has the opinion that I have on this movie because
I can't wait to do the horror list
man.
with you.
It's okay. It puts me in the same frame of mind as the way that I'm enjoying the movie because as the movie is going along, like I'm enjoying what is like the acting is good, the writing seems to be good, and then like you get to what the hook is, and I was like, no. Same thing with the Batman. Like, I was enjoying what I was seeing on the screen happening, except every time it's like, he's going to get a bag. No, he didn't get the bad guy. No,
I
he didn't get the bad
But to be fair, I think the thing that you dislike about it, that's what divides whether people like the movie or not. Because I did hear a couple of people who didn't like it for the reason I think, and we'll talk about it in horror, but for the reason I think you dislike it, that's the big whether or not people are going to like the movie. When you find out what's going on, that is where I feel, because I've had discussions. There's a few crazy people out there who don't specifically like what the reasoning is, and I get it, but I still think it's better than Barbarian.
I didn't see that one. I'd have to see that one.
Okay. See, now you have to watch Barbarian and tell me which one you like, because I feel like you would like Barbarian more than Weapons.
Oh, okay.
But
I think that I have it on the watch list on
yeah,
Amazon.
definitely check it out, because I'm gonna laugh, because I feel like you're gonna be one of those, because people who liked Barbarian, they didn't like Weapons, and people who like Weapons thought Barbarian was okay. So
Like, I don't think that Weapons is a bad movie. Like, I'm giving it the
no.
thumbs down because you're like giving it all this praise.
Yep.
But I don't think that it's a great movie.
See, I think it's a great movie, and I think you're nuts. But see,
Like, it
this
seems
is
that,
where
like,
we agree.
if I could, without giving anything away,
Yeah.
I would compare Weapons to Hereditary in the way
And
that
see,
it
and I
plays
love
out.
Hereditary. That's what I think.
See,
That's
I love the way that Hereditary played out. I thought that was spectacular. And the way that stuff is revealed to you as you go along, because you're like, what the fuck is
Oh,
going
so
on
you're
here?
more
And
of a
then,
how it's revealed, and then I think the quirkiness too, without giving anything away, because it's got his sense of humor, and you'll only understand it if you see Barbarians, because he mixes like this quirky little sense of humor into the characters where you feel like he should play it a little bit more straight, especially when you find out what the hook is. I think that I think it really comes down to if you like. Yeah, I gotta get into it. We'll do it when we get into the horror, because then I'm gonna start getting into. But because this is a movie, that's what makes Weapons so good too. It's a movie that you could have conversations with, and once again, see,
yeah,
we just talked about this. This leads us back around. This is where you get to objective and subjective. Like, I could have it on my top 10 list. You can agree it's top 10 material, but where I place it, you probably won't agree with. Because you'd probably
right.
place it
Just because I'm not
lower.
putting it on the same list doesn't mean that the movie is not good.
Good, exactly. And that's where I think this is a good point to bring up about a list, and I'll read it off one more time before we go. But these are objectively good movies. And when I counted how many I first had, I had like 40 that I had to eliminate that I was doing last night. And any of them could have been on. But then that's where the subjective comes in, right? Because I'm going on my personal preference. Like, all of them are great movies, but I can only have 10 for this year.
Right.
And so that's when you get into, this is up for debate. Like, if you don't have this on your list, but you have this other out of these 40 I picked, I totally agree. The Brutalist, that was close to making my list, but I just didn't feel like everybody else did.
I just need to point one thing out before we go through these top 10 movies again. Like, it came close. It came awfully close. But once again, Marvel doesn't make the top 10.
Yes.
They had 3 chances.
Like, Brave New World was not even in my mind.
It was never going to make anybody's top 10 list.
Yeah. Fantastic Four, it was close, but then I was like,
it wasn't as good as Thunderbolts.
Yep. And
like,
then
I was in my mind, I had projected that. Like, I went and saw Captain America: Brave New World, and I was like, okay, it's better than Eternals. It's better than Captain Marvel.
Barely.
So it's not the worst, but fuck, man,
it's bad.
And I liked it, but
and you know what broke my heart?
What broke
my heart this year? And I think, but I'm not the only one, because it's on no one's top 10 list. Superman, man. I wanted
I mean, that's also disappointing.
I wanted Superman to make. I tried, and me and Chris talked for 4 hours about it. If you haven't checked it out, go watch our. I did a live stream review, just breaking down every moment so people understood. And I even had people in the comments go, "Yeah, Marvel is too woke. He's burning it down." Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like. Are they gonna be though? Because Like Deadpool and Wolverine ain't woke.
I mean, but Deadpool and Wolverine though is Ryan Reynolds has those rights. That's why he's able to.
I know, but Disney distributes it. They don't have to make a Deadpool movie.
But they're not going to go. Well, Ryan, we're getting rid of you. That's even stupid for them. They knew, and he got Hugh Jackman. There's no way they were going to put stipulations on that team.
I
And it
agree
was
with
the
you.
only one
I
that made
agree
$1
with
billion.
you. But once
Like,
again,
that
okay,
Prince money.
that was the last movie that made it into a top 10 of yours, correct?
Yep. And that was the
Deadpool
last
and
movie they did
Wolverine,
that
and
made $1
that's
billion.
3 years ago.
Yeah, jeez.
Because I feel like
remember how
be from
excited I was?
2022.
I was like, "Fucking Marvel did it again, baby! They made and this year,
Right, they're on their way back. They're on their way back, and then it's like, dude, you've got the Fantastic Four to work with.
Yep.
And I seen who you casted to be in the movie, and I was like, yeah.
And then, see, for me, Fantastic Four was the prime example of the end for me ruins the movie. It's like what you weapons. Like, I finally felt how you felt with, like, the Batman. I finally got it. So when we have that argument, I'd be like, okay, I disagree with you, but I get what you're saying because that was my exact feeling with Fantastic Four. They're doing good. I'm in it. I'm loving every scene. And then we get the ending. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
We're going to push them
I
into a
was like,
portal?
what I was saying before, like you watch Captain America, and you're like, meh. Then you watch Thunderbolts, you're like, And then I thought we were on this upward trajectory, and then like, it's not a huge drop off in terms of my enjoyment of the movie, but like I have rewatched Thunderbolts already. I don't think I've rewatched Fantastic Four yet.
I rewatched Thunderbolts.
I think I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. I like that movie. I very much like the character interactions. That's what we are missing in Marvel movies. Is it like what's the best scene of Captain America: Brave New World? Like if you had to pick one scene in your mind, what's the best scene?
The one where those guys break in and he like in that main event, like where the president is talking, and then they activate the soldiers.
Oh,
and he's fighting those. That's probably my favorite scene. And it's the only comprehensible fight scene where they're not doing 50 billion cuts.
That's fair. My favorite scene in the movie is after Falcon gets injured and Bucky shows up.
Yeah, I like that one.
Right.
I like that scene too.
I also like your choice. So I mean, they're both right up there. But like,
but then think about Thunderbolts.
It's got to be character interactions. Thunderbolts are great. They all go great.
No. My favorite scene in Thunderbolts is that shot of her falling, like she's jumping off of the thing, and then you see her later in the hallway fighting all of the people. It's such a great transition. Like, it looks like she's jumping off the building, and then it cuts to her fighting a bunch of people, and then it cuts back to her talking about how mundane and everything. To me, whoever shot that movie...
question, because I don't think does she have a comic name? Like,
yeah, she's not Black Widow. She's the White Widow or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever called her that?
Nah, not that. They always call her.
It's just Yelena. I only ever hear Yelena.
Yeah, but in the comics, they call her more Yelena, but in the comics, they call her the White Widow because she took it after Black Widow does die in the comics, so she took it to honor her.
I am confident. Could be wrong. One Marvel movie will make the top 10 next year. Maybe 2.
I'm not as hyped.
They got 2 bangers. I know you're not as excited, but that doesn't. Your excitement isn't going to change the level at which you enjoy the movie because of the way that you watch movies. I've seen you many of times be like, I am not excited to watch this movie, and then you go into the theater and you watch it and you come out and you're like, fucking wrong.
I will give you one thing. Remember, I felt the same way about Thunderbolts. I was more excited than most people, but I was like, I don't think it's like, and then I was like, best Marvel movie of this year. And I even told you. I called.
And it got an honorable mention in the top 10.
Yes. And I'll tell you what. Look at all these other movies. It was hard because I couldn't fill a spot where I was like, I couldn't knock this movie off and put this movie in because it just had something that Thunderbolts didn't. But it was really like, I'm like, get this director to film other Marvel movies because he gets it. He was shooting it as an interpersonal character drama. There's the action in there. I think the fight with Sentry is one of the coolest with people being
Yeah, it's pretty
underpowered.
impressive.
Yeah, and it's great because to me it's better than Suicide Squad because you're saying there's no fucking way they can fight. Where in this movie, I was like, they kind of got a chance, and then you realize they're basically fighting Superman, and you're like, nah. But they, it's just, and the thing about depression, and that's why Bitchy liked Thunderbolts, and she doesn't like Marvel at all, but
Not really.
themes of depression and how it's so related to the story, like they don't force it in. It is really just like you could feel like, what's my purpose? The grind of everyday life. I lost someone. Why am I doing this? I like that kind of like day walking into the job because I felt that way. And I think when I saw this movie, I was actually coming to the realization that I turned fucking 41, or at that time I was turning 41. And I'm like, fuck, man, this movie gets me. Like, it just hits different, especially on your birthday, because I'm like, and that's when I decided to write my book. I was like, am I wasting my fucking life? Like, you watch the movie and you go, what am I doing with myself? Like, life is too short.
I'm
like
streaming.
What are we doing? Like, dude, and I think that's what makes a great movie too, is when you can sit there and watch it. And I'm gonna have a horror movie on my top 10 where I like it, but I could only watch it once because it dealt with kids, or a kid in particular, and it was so hard to watch, but it was real, and that's what made it difficult. And it's like, that's what Thunderbolts is. Thunderbolts is not, I think it's good because it's how Marvel movies used to be. It's not just a superhero movie, but it's a movie about broken people and trying to find yourself, and you just happen to be a hero. And it's like what Spider-Man would do, right? Peter Parker, people love Spider-Man because he's just a normal dude. Like, he's got superpowers, but he makes no money off of it, so he's an average guy. He could be a pizza
I
delivery
don't
guy.
know if he's an average guy. He's a pretty big fucking nerd.
But that's why he connects us, because he's a nerd who got a unbelievably hot woman that he definitely should not have. But,
you're talking about Gwen Stacy, right?
Oh,
Isn't that who Bryce Dallas Howard plays?
Yeah, I would say Gwen Stacy is hotter than Mary Jane, but that's a debate for another
day.
Easily. Well, no, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that Mary Jane. What's her face?
I like Kirsten Dunst, but she ain't got
I would definitely say. See, I don't know, because
Gwen's not close. It's not close.
I love Emma Stone as well, so
Emma Stone is good. Emma Stone's probably ahead of Kirsten Dunst too. So
she played,
and all of them are ahead of Zendaya. Because
yeah, we're not talking, folks. We're not talking Zendaya when we're doing it. Like, I'm sorry, she's
the
a great
worst
actress.
part of all of those movies. So
she is not a good Mary Jane. She's a terrible Mary Jane. Sorry, I said it. Fuck.
Where are you going, dog?
And I think they realized it too, because in this new Spider-Man, they're gonna have Gwen Stacy and not Mary Jane, because he mind wiped everyone. So I am really hoping they get rid of Zendaya. I think she's one of the most overrated actresses. Like, she did one good show, and since then,
the show wasn't good because of her, though.
No, it was good because of Sydney Sweeney, obviously.
Boom.
All right, have a good one.
Bye, Laura. We're gonna leave shortly as well.
So, really quick, the top 10 of this year are, my
number picks. 10,
Warfare.
Number 9,
The Naked Gun.
Number 8,
Novocaine.
Number 7,
Freaky Tales.
Number 6,
Begonia.
Number 5,
The Accountant 2.
Number 4.
The Long Walk.
Number 3.
The Toxic Avenger.
I like that title a lot. Number 2.
Thinners.
And the number 1 movie of 2025 is
Quentin Tarantino presents Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair.
Well, I guess I probably shouldn't put our fists up because.
No. We didn't put our hands straight out, so we're good.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, this is just the Emilio Estevez.
Yeah. Don't you forget about me.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Don't.
Don't you forget about fleas.
Thank you everybody for watching. This has been super fun. If you want to see my worst movies, I did that on my birthday. Pretty much before I was drunk, I kind of started slurring at the end of the list because I was about a good quarter into the bottle. I finished my whole bottle of Jack, by the way, 8-hour stream, but the first hour and a half is the actual movie ranking, and then it's friends. PB couldn't join because he had technical difficulties, but I had Terrence, I had Chris, I had Chillmonger, who else jumped in? There was one other. Oh, and there was a random person who was in the chat. I don't know who they were. They were awesome. I just put a link in there.
They actually came on and didn't bring down the level of conversation.
No, and that's
amazing.
They were really good with movies too. They were going 1-for-1 with us. It was a great conversation. It was the first time I've done in a long time since the one incident we had where I was like, okay, chat, I'm drunk. Fucking jump in. I don't care at this point. We're just because we had no subject. We talked Marvel. We talked DC. We talked about it was fun. It was wacky. Loved it. Check out the top 10 worst movies. You'll have a lot of fun. It was just a great time, and I passed out after the stream. Oh, and Justin Proper came in at the end as he does. So it came full circle. Nice. I had to tell Justin, I'm like, Justin, I gotta go or I'm gonna pass out.
He's like, you can pass out. It's time you done it.
And so check out my top 10 worst movies. This is my top 10 best. And then tomorrow, the hardest list of this year. I'm just gonna get it. My top 10 shows. PB. It's dude.
I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what my top 10 shows are.
You and me right now could probably say any show and be like, oh, that's top 10. Because TV shows, because they're technically called TV, have been so much better. So much better.
We're pretty good this year.
We have been, I'm literally, look at how black, I'm still, for tomorrow's list.
It seemed like this year there seemed to be a lot of shows that exceeded expectations that we enjoyed, and the ones that didn't reach expectations were still great.
Yeah. It's
the disappointing ones were, oh, yeah, that was disappointing. I give it a 7.
There was only one show that we both agreed was a complete bomb that we were hyped with up to episode 5, and that was that fucking Alien.
Alien Earth. Oh, I still I enjoyed it, but yeah, I'm super pissed at the end of it being that nothing happened. Things happen. It's amazing how many things you can have happen in a show and nothing fucking happened. Because you're this whole season was just a setup. Is a setup.
And the setup for it, we talked about this too. A lot of it didn't make sense. And you're a big guy about details. Oof. How many things in that show? And if I found it, which I normally don't do, if you guys don't know our setup, PB's the detail guy. He'll find something, even if it's small, and be like, but I found shit. And PB was like, oh, yeah. Where it's just this isn't, how'd we get here? This, I missed something?
I need a little bit of physical continuity.
Yes. And the thing that sucks is,
I love The Mandalorian, and I probably have one of the longest videos out there excoriating episode number 1.
I'll never forget when
I'm
we
like,
thought
I love the whole thing. I was like, but these parts are shit.
I will never forget the door because you actually got me thinking about it. I was not. Now when I watch that episode, it fucks me up because I'm like, the door doesn't
Because the
open
door,
right.
it doesn't make sense. The door doesn't make sense. Like it could do that, but like, why would it? Why would it? Like, come on now. And the fact that you randomly get it to randomly do something that it wouldn't naturally do, like that doesn't make any sense.
And that's it. And that's the thing with especially Disney or someone shooting shows. Sometimes they just put shit in because it looks
Oh, this
cool,
is gonna be cool. This is gonna be a cool moment.
but they don't think about does it make sense.
Yeah, that's like all of Kenobi. This is gonna be cool and dumb as fuck.
But Kenobi, I like to pretend as if it never happened. Like,
Talk about a show where fucking expectations were high, well, as high as they could be, being that it was Disney Star Wars at the point that it came out. But both of us were like, "It's Ewan McGregor. Like, it can't be bad if it's Ewan McGregor. Like,
and they had
he
Hayden
wouldn't let them
Christensen,
do a bunch of stupid fucking shit." And he was just like, "I'm getting paid."
and they had Hayden Christensen coming back. Like when we
Fuck,
heard that,
man.
you and me lost our collective shit. We were like, "This can't fail. There's no way." You would have to actively, and someone did. I believe that Kathleen Kennedy sabotaged that show. Yeah, I'm gonna put on my tinfoil cowboy hat. I think Kathleen Kennedy did everything in her power. She put a banana peel on the a monkey in the works. Something. She put a fucking wrench in all the
The
points. Whatever you want to say.
only the only thing that it does that I liked and didn't have any stupid repercussions that I could see. It's like you can do this thing with the force, but you can't do this thing with the force. Like, why? It's just a magical thing. Like we can do whatever we
Because
want,
the
but you're
scene,
saying that we can't all of a sudden.
because
The
the
only
scene wouldn't
thing,
work.
well, that's fair. The, we had to let that ship get away. It's fine. Um, the fact that he has an interaction with young Leia, so that when she's asking for Obi-Wan Kenobi's help in Episode 4, there was already a previous connection. That is the only good thing that entire show did.
Yes, and this is where we're gonna get a difference into a show. I'm telling you is gonna make my list. Not gonna tell you where
Okay.
because I don't want to give spoilers. But one of the greatest Star Wars, and I'm gonna make a bold claim and say it's one of the greatest that has been made, and I'm putting it against the older ones.
As
To
you
me,
should.
Andor. When we talk about a Star Wars
That's so
show,
spectacular.
and I'm so glad, and it's why it's unfair to everything else that's going to be on my top 10 list.
It's
Because
also it's almost unbelievable that the same people that
it's the penguin of this
produced
year. We've been
uh,
blessed, PB. We had two great. Think about it. 2024, we had the penguin. 2025, we had Andor. Like we're living in great times. Like if you look at these days and you go, "Oh, what was a landmark moment in 2024? The fucking penguin. What was a landmark moment in 2025?
no, and I do like that people are like, the new Star Wars trilogy or like triple trilogy. Yeah, let's
Yep.
call it the new Star Wars triple trilogy goes episode 1, 2, 3. Then it goes and or Rogue One, and then episode 4, 5, 6. That's Star
Yep,
Wars.
that's Star Wars. That's all you need. And it's crazy too that we know Disney can do good stuff because we have
Obviously.
fucking Rogue One and Andor. It can be done, and
Do it
you and
again,
me,
fuckers.
we are hardcore Star Wars fans, and we know good Star Wars. We've lived through it, and for
Which means
us,
we've lived through all the shit.
and us to put Andor in that discussion, folks. If you haven't seen it, like if I know you're jaded Star Wars fan,
Especially season 2.
watch Andor's season 1 and 2. And if you're saying season 1's a little dry, just go through it. Because I promise you, season 2 is just unbelievable. Not just a good Star Wars show, it's a good fucking show. Just if you took the name Star Wars, if I took the name Star Wars out and I said, I got a political thriller for you guys to watch about a regime trying to take over the world and rebels who gotta stop them. And you just don't tell anyone it's Star Wars, and you just say it's a political drama called Andor, because you wouldn't know if you don't know who the fuck Cassian Andor is, and you just go, "Hey, I got a new political drama for 2025. It's called Andor," and they go, "Oh, what's it about?" This evil regime wants to take over the world, and these rebels got to stop them, and it's the perspective of the rebels, and you just sit someone down and watch it, and it'd be like, "Wait, this is Star Wars? What? This is..." Because the politics, the right, like, you got Game of Thrones level political maneuvering, and I will put me to the Pepsi challenge on this. They have
Where's my
Game
jet?
of Thrones level political maneuvering. Some of the political scenes were more intense than any fight that you got that show. Like, don't get me wrong, the end fight with the robot was pretty fucking awesome, but I'm talking about like like when people are talking, you think, shit, this person's just gonna get off after this conversation, because it's so intense, the conversations. Any conversation you're feeling like they're not talking about what's going on, they're like, "Oh, how much do I gotta get rid of this person?" And Ben Mendelsohn, this guy, he never stops working. Ben Mendelsohn, when he comes in, is as terrifying as Darth Vader or Emperor Palpatine in this show, hands down.
He's got the aura.
When he comes into that room, when he's got her in that room and he's interrogating her, I was scared. I was like, man, I know she's a bitch, but like, I kind of... It's one of those scenes where he's so bad that this chick who's literally fucked over everyone, including her own lover, and he starts interrogating her, and you're like, oh man, like, I really hope she makes it.
Everybody knows how Rogue One ended, so like, you know, Cassian's story. Everybody knows Cassian's story, and Deirdre's boyfriend has a sadder story.
Yes, and here's the thing. You know, basically where it's going to lead.
I don't remember his name.
But you know where it's going to lead, but you still hope...
I did not. I thought that it was going to change. Especially after they had the scene where she's putting his mother in her fucking place. And I was like, oh, she really does love this guy now. No.
And the crazy part about it is, too, it's not even...
She little-fingered him.
The point of his character is that he was never nobody, because you think he's going to have this heroic end. But he doesn't. He just gets killed by shopkeeper guy. Number one. Like, and that's what makes it so tragic. And that's what makes it so real. Because it's so priceless when Andrew just looks at him and goes, "Who are you?" And my heart broke for him, because I'm like, dude, this guy is basically the reason why they even fucking know about him. And to think this person like has you on their radar, and basically your life is amounted to nothing because he doesn't even fucking know your name. Like, that look on his face, oh my god, acting. That's what we're like. And there's so many great shows that I'm going to be putting on this list. Some I'm sure PB have never heard of, which is why PB, go on Apple TV and start watching shit. Watch Pluribus and watch.
Add that to Prime?
Yes. Watch
Pluribus. Then it was gone for a while.
It's by the dude who made Breaking Bad. But he said, "Hey, what if I do an alien invasion story?"
What's it called?
With the character from Better Call Saul.
What am I gonna watch?
It's called Pluribus.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Check that out, and check out Severance with Adam Scott.
I think I watched the first episode of Severance, but that was a while ago, and then I got distracted by nothing. So.
Yes, great show. And obviously season 2. We got Invincible. Season 3 was the greatest. One of the best battles since Omni-Man. The last battle with Mark and Conquest. Jeffrey D. Morgan. That man's a fucking national treasure. He's getting right up there for me.
The next season of Invincible apparently is going to be more ridiculous, because you remember the chick that beat up Mark?
Oh, yeah. I know there's a...
Yeah, you're the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, if they put that in, I don't even... Oh, man. But, hey...
I have a feeling it's going to be in, but we aren't going to see it.
I think it's going to be heavily implied.
Like, you're going to hear it from the other side of the wall. which is a mountain because can you imagine?
But here's my thing. When you look at her, I'm like,
Viltrumites banging has got to be loud as fuck.
and let me just tell you that, like, if you're gonna have that happen to you, it could be by worse. She's not that bad
I am
looking.
unupset. Unupset.
I'd be like, honey, you don't understand. It's like, you seen Viltrumites, babe. I'm just saying. What was I supposed to do? She fucking dragged me through the mountain.
She's the Viltra MILF.
Oh
yeah. Heard it here. Heard it here first.
That's a great place to end the stream. Thank you everybody for coming. We'll see y'all later.